in our history, some of us in more traditional histories like I grew up in, storytelling was probably the main way we learn almost anything we know today, and anything practical and applicable to our lives, we learn it from storytelling. It is also well established that stories are more powerful in terms of exciting the parts of our brain that create the chemicals that actually create the excitement that is necessary for proper learning to happen and for more permanent learning. The book I just finished with my co-writer, Per Andreasen, In the Shadow of Green Men, is really grounded on that philosophy and in that way of teaching. It's a storytelling project, and it's really also a way to reignite some of that power that we have always known. In fact, children are attracted to storytelling naturally. When you teach something in a storytelling format, it sticks longer. You will not normally forget about a lot of the stuff that you learn that way. The one example of that recently at the office, one of our co-workers, she doesn't know much about agriculture. She's our business manager, and she deals with a lot of really fascinating stuff, yet not about physical chemical processes that we are engaged with. And one of the things she learned was, I was talking about hazelnuts and how the squirrels would take the hazelnut in the fall, and instead of eating it like we would normally think they do, they actually bury them. Now, I may be wrong about this, but one thing that about the whole process itself, but what we know is true is that the squirrel takes the hazelnut, digs up a hole 4 to 6 inches deep. I actually measure them because I wanted to learn that, and lets the hazelnut sit all over winter. And so the heaving, the cooling, and the expanding, and the moisture and all of that cracks the hazelnut. And in the spring, it will germinate. Now, the squirrel forgot where he put the hazelnut, but it knows what a hazelnut plant looks like. And so the second the hazelnut pops out of the ground, then comes the squirrel, and you will think it will eat the plant, but no, it's actually looking for the nut that he buried. So it digs it up, grabs it, and now it's soft, and the shell is cracked, and now it can eat the hazelnut, which it couldn't have done before. Now, that story stuck with our coworker. She went back and she told me, she told it to her kid, and he was fascinated. He was hooked to it. That is the way you need to teach. That's the way we need to teach today to our children. That's the way we need to teach regenerative agriculture. It's not in a classroom. It's not by some individual with all the knowledge in the world that is going to teach us how to regenerate the way we produce food. It is going to be through storytelling. Yes, maybe more sophisticated than our ancestors did it. It's going to involve video. It's going to involve a lot of other tools. But storytelling at the end is still the most powerful way to teach our children and the future generations how the little things that we have been finding out are relevant, are critical in our time to fixing some of the devastating consequences of conventional, irresponsible, degenerative agriculture that today pretty much dominates the world. In order to create, again, this process of storytelling and trying to get some format around it, I figure what better way than to write a book about it. Now, I'm not exactly a writer, I'm a storyteller, so I found somebody who could do writing, and that's how we created In the Shadow of Green Men, so that we could tell these stories, and hopefully other people will also be inspired to continue to learn this way and to teach this way.